Good evening. Ira Epstein with your metal market wrap-up, and this wrap-up is for the evening as we're here now on Monday, the 13th of January, 2025. And the time right now, 5:50 p.m. Central Time. So reasonable amount of time right here that we're talking. You know, today was an interesting day. We went down in a number of the markets to lower Bollinger Bands, and by day's end, the markets had reversed away and bounced away from them. We got up in the dollar index to my second price count. Remember, I've been talking to you about the 109.80 level for probably 2-3 weeks now. Finally got up to it. I did a special report on the dollar index. We'll talk about it at the end of this. If you want to see the report at any time, you move your cursor up there. There's an area, or you go to iraepstein.com, and you'll see the currency report on the top left. Just give it a click. So, now what? Well, you know, you got CPI, the market's going to pay close attention, and all these other reports. Now the market wants to wait and see. What else do we have? We begin tomorrow seeing how many of the cabinet members that President-elect Trump has picked can make it through the Senate, the different committees. I think there's 11 different committees that have been set up in order to vet these people and see who gets in, who doesn't, where the votes may lie for that. We will find that out. And the inauguration, as you know, takes place next Monday, and supposedly there's 100 presidential orders ready to be signed. What do they say? Are they as strict as we had heard the vernacular on them? Maybe, maybe not. Who's going to get tariffed? Who isn't? Immigration, deportation, migration into the U.S., what's all that going to say one way or the other? And of course, we still have President Biden doing even more. Today, he gave away more student money, forgiveness on loans. We'll see if that holds up as well. But he's just giving away the store at this point in time. And I realize if you're a student, you know, you will hate me for saying that. But the simple fact is, not only did I, but your parents and other people, we all worked our way through it. Nobody forgave our loans, and most of us came out owing money. All right. When we look at the gold market, you can see the market, I'm still saying it, fighting a battle here at the 18-week average of closes. When we look at the chart action here, we've come back up, and with today, we got our first reasonable reaction back down, but it broke nothing on the charts. You still have a pattern of higher lows and higher highs. Bullish. The market is pulling back, and I wouldn't mind if it pulled back into the 100-day average and the 18 in between 2667 to 2655. The market stopped at the upper Bollinger Band where the resistance point was expected to come in, and momentum had gotten overbought, and it's correcting a bit. In plain English, the bull trend, as I see it, is still in play unless and until this low right here is taken out and the resistance showed up where it was expected by me to. If you'll recall, I started prepping you as we started wrapping our arms in the Bollinger Bands down over here and bringing it up over here, and that ended up stopping the rally momentarily. When we take a look at the gold-silver ratio, you'll notice that the market now is up and over the 18-day average. So I got to change this color, and I'll do it right after this, to gold. When the market's over it, you need more ounces of silver to buy an ounce of gold. When you're under it, I change the color to silver, but it just popped back over it. When we look at the silver market, you tell me where the market stopped its rally. I contend it stopped it at the first challenge of the 100-day average in the Bollinger Band. It fell back down, tried to find support at the 200-day average, which had been the support level in the gray, went down instead to the 18-day average of closes, held that. The trend is still up. You've worked out the overbought condition. I look at this market now as the fact that it's gotten away. I want to make that word very clear, away from being overbought. I think the pros are stepping in and nibbling on the long side of the market here to see what it's made out of. Probably going to have stops under the low right through there. In the copper market, I see a resistance point in the market, but as I've told you, I want to know when we get to that point where the squeeze play that's been on silver, copper, and some of the metals is coming to an end. You are terribly overbought. up into the stratosphere. We certainly haven't seen anything positive out of China, so I attribute that to that squeeze play that I was telling you what was going on. It's interesting that silver broke so much, but the copper didn't. Platinum market ran into the buzzsaw of the 200-day average. First challenge on it was just on Friday. The 100-day average, the Bollinger Band with it, and it's getting thrown back. It's also overbought as can be. That makes total sense. And I did a special report on the dollar. Go look at it. I'm not going to review it here. I really went into it in a lot of detail for this. And the reason I decided to do it is, what do we have coming up? Now, let's just think about it. You got PPI right in front of us, CPI, agreed? We have the inauguration. We have all these bills that are going to be signed. And at the end of the month, what else do we have coming up? You're going to have the Fed meeting. That's not but 2 weeks away now. So you start looking at all this. It's time to study where the dollar's at. So I did it on the basis of everything. So you're going to see trend, chart analysis. I talked some of the fundamentals in it. We're going to look at this market in terms of seasonality. We're going to do those charts, and I bring you a lot of seasonal charts on it, by the way. We're going to look at the impact of world events that are right in front of us. And obviously, we're going to do one of my favorites, the price count. So you're going to get all these parts through it. All you got to do is either come up here, move the clicker up there, and you'll see the link, or go to iraepstein.com. As soon as you're on the front page, just look left, you'll see the metal report. Take a look. Hope you enjoy it. And by the way, you can apply this to GLD and the others. I wanted to just do the metal itself, and we can apply that right on through as we talk during the markets as to what we've got there. But first, you look at what the dollar's doing, then we'll see what the metals do from it, and it gets carried away. But are we talking parity possibly in the euro? Well, if the third price count is hit, yes. Are we talking even lower prices in some of the other areas like the pound? I think so. I'm Ira. I'll catch up with you tomorrow.